All right. Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel. You Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. First and foremost, we want to give all praises to Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi, Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qasdash. Name of the Heavenly Father, everybody ignorantly calls God. His name is Yahawah. Bahasham means in the name of, and this is all in a Lashawan Qasdash, which means basically the ancient Hebrew. Okay, true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahawah. Bahasham means in the name of, and Yahawashi is the Holy One of Israel. Everybody ignorantly calls God, or everybody who ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, who was slain at the foundations of the earth, tribe of Judah, so-called Negro, for the salvation of the elect on this side, for the entirety of Israel after destruction. So we always want to give double honors to the elders and apostles. A great millstone led us to this truth. Men ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect and to the hopeful elect. Lord, will we be part of that number? Lord, will this be edified those who fear the name of the Lord and strive to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities? His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5, it is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9 is unto a ring. 2 Peter chapter 5, verse 42. Give me 1 second. I got a children's video that I want to go into after this, Lord willing. After I get a little break after this, doing this little short lesson dealing with the topic. It's going to go into kind of like, this bunker situation, all these bunkers and whatnot. We just had, so-called Rick Ross come on talking about he got this bunker made. We're going to go into some bunkers that has already been made 6-7 years ago by Esau Edom, the so-called white man. We're going to go into a bunch of other stuff. And we're going to show you where the majority of them are. We're going to show you through, things that they have done in the past, including like video games. Like they put their secrets everywhere. So we're going to reveal a little bit of that. But the title of this lesson is P.S. Hopeful Elect Woman, right? Whoever y'all out there and you're claiming to believe in Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and you're a woman of the Lord, right? It says, if you have a husband in the truth, you don't have to explain that to anyone, okay? The reason why I want to come across this video, because I was listening to, where to go to it? Lord wouldn't set a fire to the flock. We're going to go to him real quick. It was 11 months ago that I heard this, and this was some of the things that the elder, okay, the elder Amwan Gabar, he was going over these things, okay. I want to pull it up. Lord willing, I can post it in the comment board on my live right over here, and so you can see it. But let me get over here. But I was listening to it because the Lord, I don't know, he just had the spirit on me to go watch it again. And he was bringing up a couple points about there's like a lot of women that they're constantly on different brothers' comment boards. Okay, and he didn't like that. He came to a point of saying basically, you're not fulfilling your purpose as a woman. You're supposed to be focusing on learning how to be a woman for your man, for your man in the Lord. And if you didn't have a man in the Lord, okay, let's say you're a woman who believes in this truth and your man didn't believe in the truth, right? In a sense, you can still listen to the videos, but you're not supposed to be saying shalom. You're not supposed to be coming on the convoy. You're not supposed to be making yourself known. You don't need to make yourself known. Yahawah, Yahawashi knows you're learning the truth. You don't need to say shalom. If you're single, then you don't need to be saying shalom. You just need to be learning until you get to a point to where what? You meet a man of the Lord, you get to him, you learn how he gets down with things, how he works, and you follow him, and you don't watch nobody else's videos. And we're going to point that out because that was what he was trying to get at. You know, these women that are just bouncing around different people's comments board saying shalom to everybody. The Lord's not happy about that. We don't need that. It says y'all for only one man. So why are you going around saying shalom to everybody? Just not needed. So we're going to get to that. We're going to pull it up because I want to bring this up because I had a certain situation today that somebody messaged me. Okay. I'm not going to say no names. I'm not going to put anything out there, but there was somebody else supposedly in the truth. That's what they said. Because I talked to my elder about this first. And he said it could be false. It could just be somebody just, lying. We don't know. But let's say if they wasn't, let's say if they really was saying the truth, right? Because this is not somebody that's came on my comment board. It's not somebody that came on my comment board a lot. Okay. Like it's like somebody I don't even know who they are, but they were talking to me like they knew me. Like they were like, yeah, like blah, blah, blah. Thank you for all you taught me and blah, 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 blah. But I don't really know this person. Like I've never really seen them on my comment board. They never really said shalom, but they just act like they just knew me and they just had enough, tenacity to tell me that they went from somewhere to somewhere else and truth, not going to say he's part of GMS or not, he's in the truth. But she tried to say like, well, he commanded me not to listen to your videos. And when said your, it was like capital U-R. It was like saying like just yours. But my point is like, if you're a woman who's got a husband, you're not supposed to be listening to any man's videos. You're supposed to be listening to your man's videos. That's the point. Like because it says in the body there's different administrations. Body. Not every brother's going to do the same thing, but if your husband is the big toe, you're supposed to be serving. That's not going to save you. So it's unnecessary as you as a woman to be going and saying shalom on everybody's comment board. We don't need that. We're not going to die if you stop watching our videos. And that's the whole point. Like, you don't have to come and say shalom and I'm not listening to your videos no more because my husband told me not to. You just stop watching it. You don't have to come tell me. I'm not running you. I'm not your husband. You don't have to come explain to me that your husband told you to do something. Just don't do it. And that's my point I want to bring out. And this is just, it's not nobody like personal. It's in general. Okay. This is just supposed to be a lesson, like an exhortation, mainly to the men. Okay. It sounds like it's got to do a lot with the women, but it has nothing to do really with the women. This has got to do with the men. Okay. Because these women, they're gonna be a little bit out of order a little bit until we get to the kingdom. And that's just how it is. So we got to be patient with them. So that's why I'm not coming in the sense of like I'm angry about it or nothing. I deleted her comment because I didn't want to put her business out there. I didn't want to put the business out there. So we're just going to talk about it as a way where it's like, if you're a woman and you got a man of the Lord and he tells you to stop listening to another man's lessons, he's right. You're not supposed to be listening to other men's lessons. Okay? You're supposed to listen to his. That's it. He shouldn't even have to tell you that. You women that's been on comment board for 2-3 years, we shouldn't be having this conversation. You know what I'm saying? This shouldn't be a conversation. But, women, they want to act like they ain't hear shit. And they be on the comment board like, well understood. And they say that to everybody, brothers, comment board. Well, you need to understand this. You keep coming on everybody brother's comment board. It doesn't matter what we say to you. Yahawashi is going to judge your ass because you're not doing what the Lord told you to do. He said you're supposed to do what? Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. Right? In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children. That's your job. You bring forth children. Not to go learn all the breakdowns. You're not supposed to go learn Daniel 12 breakdown. That shit's not your job. That's the man's job. Right? Thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband. So you're supposed to desire to what? Please your husband. And telling me that your husband told you not to listen to me because he's doing right doing that. You're not supposed to be listening to me because I'm not your husband. Your desires are supposed to stop doing that. Okay? You don't have to come tell me that you're going to stop doing that and then be like, like we have a connection when we don't. That's my point. Because we teach, and maybe there's some people who feel connected to us because they learn from us. But you're not learning from us. You learning from Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. It said Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man understand his own way? So when you hear me talking and doing these lessons, you're not listening to me. You listen to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. That's who you're listening to. You're not listening to me. So we don't need no thanks and kissy hard faces and shalom and all that. We don't need all that. We don't need all that. And this is where I got that message from, right here. 11 months ago, GMS Awakening 144, one of our elders, he said, a message to the married and unmarried women of Yasharallah. Get in order ASAP. And this is the stuff that he went over in this. Same thing I'm saying. Like he's talking about this. We don't need you jumping around all these damn comment boards, doing that shit. You're not pleasing the Lord doing that. Your job is to be what? Serving your husband. So that means what? You don't need to be explaining it and answering it and telling everybody else why you're serving your husband. That has nothing to do with serving your husband. So your desire shall be to thy husband. So you don't need to have a desire to come on another man's comment board and say anything at all, whether you're single or you're married. Because if you're married, that means that you need to be what? On your man's comment board. And there's no reason to be on your man's comment board if you're married to him like that. You can say shalom, and but because if you're married, you can just call him and ask his ass. If you're single, what does that mean? That means that you're in a reproach type of situation, like you're in a shameful situation because you don't have a man of the Lord. That's what we're trying to bring across. So you've been on comment board, you women out there, you've been on comment board 2-3 years, you've been saying shalom to everybody on the fucking comment board. You're not in the favor of Yahawah, Yahawashi, because you're not getting a husband to desire. And the ones that, maybe you're not in the stage to marry. Maybe you can't get married. Maybe you're too old to get married. You're past that point. What does that mean? You're supposed to just listen and learn, and you don't have to come say shalom on the comment board. You don't have to do all that. All you got to do is tie to the brotherhood, pray to the Lord, look out for the brotherhood. Wherever camp you're at, maybe go bring them some food or something. But it's supposed to be in private. You're supposed to be hidden. There's no reason to be coming on comment board. So, right, it says, thy desire shall be to thy husband, he shall rule over thee. So if he tell you stop listening to other brothers, you're supposed to already know that. These are very simple scriptures. It wouldn't be in the truth for 5 damn years. You don't need to learn the same 7 scriptures that's told you what? Obey your husband and don't be coming on the comment board. Let your husband rule over you. It says that we're going to go into it, but I got some bulletins I wanted to pull up because that's what the elder did. He had bulletins that he wanted to pull up, and one of them is, if you get a command from your husband, okay, to stop listening to other brothers, he's right? So we got this, right? He shall rule over thee. Simple as that. How do we know this is not going to change? How do we know that he's not going to say later on, you can do it? Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. We're going to try to make this real simple. Very, very simple. Malachi chapter 3, verse 6, and it reads, "For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, you sons of Jacob are not consumed." Who's Jacob? Israel. Simple as that. He's not going to change. So he said, for forever till forever.com, your job is to be to desire to please your husband. You don't have to go explain yourself to any other man. He tells you stop doing something, you don't need to go express that on anything. You just need to do it. Okay? And that's why I erased the message, because I'm like, this is not needed. I don't need you to express to me that you're going to stop watching my videos because your husband told you not to. It just doesn't need to be, just stop listening to me. You see what I'm saying? That's the point I'm putting out. Like, this is not something that we should really be talking about. But, you have to explain it. So, Ephesians chapter 5, verse 29. And it reads, "For no man ever yet hated his own flesh," right? So if your man tell you to do something, he's a righteous man, he's going to do good for you. He's not telling you something to make sure you get a bad result. He's doing it because it's for your own good. He doesn't hate you. That's why he married you. That's why he had you come together with him. So if he tells you to do something, just do it. Don't have to go and explain it to nobody. Just do it. He's ruling over you. So anybody else is completely obsolete. You don't need to explain to no other man nothing. Okay? So for no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourisheth and cherisheth it, even as the Lord the church. See? We cherish our women, but you have to do what we say do. Or we're not going to cherish you. And if you're a man who just hates yourself, then this ain't for you. We don't hate ourselves. That's why we're serving Yahawah, Yahawashi. We want the best for us, for ourselves. That's why we're serving the Lord, to get saved. So second bulletin. Okay? If you were, like we said earlier, if you were saying shalom to multiple men, okay, you're married, right? You got a husband, right? This is what the big bro said. This is what the elder said. Stop. Okay? If you're single, be silent. Right? Be silent. You can keep this real simple. You don't have to come on the comment board. We know you're out there. The Lord knows you're out there. He knows you believe. You don't have to explain it. Don't have to explain it. You don't have to come on the comment board and leave a whole paragraph about you not watching somebody other man's videos. You're not supposed to be doing that anyways. It's going off. You're supposed to be listening to your man's videos. Okay? You're supposed to be an extension of him. You don't have privileges like your husband. You have to do less than him. You're the weaker vessel. You're not supposed to be going in and learning all the doctrine. That's not what's going to get you saved. What's going to get you saved is how good you treat your husband. That's what's saving you. Not fucking learning the doctrine. That's our job. Your job is to serve us. And if you don't want to get down with that, then you're going to be doing stuff like that, saying shalom on everybody's comment board. You're going to be one of those women who the Lord, I don't want you. So a remnant prepared, right? That's the title of this chapter. We're going to go over this again because it seems like people don't understand it. Okay, that say they've been the truth. They the hopeful elect woman. Y'all act like y'all understand it. And it's all, and this is, like I said, this is mainly for the brothers. So you can know, like, your women start acting like this, you can know, like, there's something wrong. They start doing all that shit. Nah, man, we're not with that shit. We don't need you. You need us. It's Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women, which means perfection, it could be 7 women, 20 women, 100 women, shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name and take away our reproach, right? This is the point I want to make. Take away our reproach, right? What does reproach mean? So that means that what? These women that want their reproach taken away, they say, we'll take care of our own stuff, right? What does reproach mean? What does that mean? We're going to look it up. So if you're single, this is the position you're in. Okay? If you don't have a man of the Lord right now, at this point in time being, this is where you're at. Okay? Especially, just like the elder said, if you're older and you don't got a husband, it's a shame. Okay? Because you was playing around.
Strong's H2781. Herpa.
Right? Says reproach, scorn, taunt, scorn, reproach, resting upon condition of shame, disgrace, reproach. Right? That's what it means. So if you're a woman, you hopeful-elect woman, so-called hopeful-elect woman, and you've been on the comment board 4 or 5 years, you've been sharing shalom to all the brothers, and you know a whole bunch of breakdowns, and you still ain't found a man of the Lord to serve, you are in a reproach situation, a scornful situation. The Lord's not looking happy upon you, because your job is supposed to be what? The desire to thy husband. And it's been that since the dawn of time. Your job is to get a husband and serve his ass. That's your job. 1, you don't want to do that, then you're in a reproach situation. Shameful. Okay? And in that day, all the shameful women are going to be what? Fighting over those men. So if you're a woman you're claiming you're the hopeful elect, you're saying shalom on everybody's comment board, right? Saying shalom, everybody, well understood, whatever. You're in a shameful position right now because you don't have a man of the Lord. If you're in the age of marrying. And if you're not in the age of marrying, don't come on a comment board. There's no reason. We don't need that. The comment board is for posting scriptures. That's what it's for. Okay? I have a wife. I don't need you to come tell me shalom. I'm not listening to you. I don't need that. If you're a hopeful elect woman out there and you want to talk to me, you better not come on my comment board and say shalom unless you're trying to get married and serve my ass. Okay? That's what I'm putting out here today, right now. That's how it needs to be. Next bulletin. And that doesn't mean I'm going to just say, yeah, I'll serve, y'all let you serve me. Doesn't mean I'm going to accept you. I might turn you down. Who knows? But you don't need to be pulling up on brother's comment board unless you're trying to get married. You're trying to serve him. Okay? This is no more playing around. World War III is, I don't know, coming right now. You're going to be with this shit or not. You're going to be fighting with the rest of these women. Next point. Right? So, a commandment, okay? Your man tells you do something, okay? Commandment from your man should not be a response with hands or with, not with hands, but with words. It should not be a response with words, but with actions. Your actions. It's not supposed to be a, well, okay, and start talking. It's supposed to be actions. You're supposed to be proving that you're doing what he said to do. This is where we're at right now. We're at the end of the road. Okay? Not time to be keep telling your ass, especially you women out there who's been following the truth for years. Okay? And I'm not talking about the ones that are in order. I'm talking about the ones that are not in order. The ones that are going around and we see y'all on every fucking guy's comment board. Cut that shit out. You need to find you one man and stick with him. You know, quit coming on everybody's comment board. The Lord didn't say thou shalt be saved by coming on every brother's fucking comment board. It never said that. Stop doing that shit. You're gonna get judged. This is a warning, okay? To you women out there, but it's mainly for the men. So you men that do Akim, you see women out here saying shallow fucking wam every fucking day to you, and then you go to another brother's comment board or the elders comment board and they're saying shallow wam to them every fucking day. Something's wrong with them. Because they know better. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 34. Let your woman keep silent in the churches. This is church. It doesn't say shalom and then be quiet to everybody's comment board. It says be quiet. Be quiet. That means no words. We don't need your shalom. We're looking for men. Okay? And we know since the dawn of time of the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, we know they didn't even say you few sincere sisters. They never said that until now. Okay? So just don't do it. You're bringing shame to yourself. If you just keep doing that, you ain't got no husband yet. And when you do get one, you don't have to put that business out there that you went and got one. You don't have to put your business out there that you went somewhere to be with him. That's not our business. It says that we're not even supposed to see or know that a brother has a wife. You don't have to explain that to us. You know? Let your woman keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, right? But they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. And, right, Lord made sure you was real specific with this. And, verse 35, if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for a woman to speak in the church. And it already said, if you single and you don't got a man of the Lord, it's a shame. So you single woman out there that's coming on the comment board and saying shalom to every brother, what does that say about you? It's a shame, man. Cut that shit out. You need to come on one comment board. When you find whatever comment board you know you staying at, whatever man, that's the one you say shalom on. The rest of them, we don't need it. You're supposed to be for one man. We don't need to all know that you're a hopeful elect woman. Okay? We don't need to know that shit. Okay? We're going to keep this real simple. We're going to go back to the bulletin board. Here's the next point. You will not be saved by knowing breakdowns. This is an inside joke I got right here. You are not going to learn. This is an inside joke. What I mean, like, I learned this, brother said this same quote. You're not going to be saved by knowing the Daniel 12 breakdown. You're not going to be saved by that. Okay, Eve? You're not going to get saved by knowing the breakdowns. Okay? You're going to keep this real simple. Like, y'all don't have a whole lot of scriptures to know how to be. Like, there's not that many scriptures for you to know how to be. Like, you should know these by now. Like, one lesson, you should know how to be a damn woman and be focusing on doing that. Like, this is ridiculous. I pulled a video 11 months ago, one of the elders talking about this. Why we still got to talk about this with people who've been in the truth for this long? Why we still got to talk about this? We don't have to get deep with it. I pulled this up yesterday. We're going to do it again because it seems like people don't understand. You women do not need to be talking to any men but your husband. And if you don't have one, don't say anything because you're in a moment of shame. You need to make sure that whatever man you're coming to, you're going to be about to serve him. That's when you open your mouth. I want to serve you. That's how it's supposed to be. And of course, you have women who ask questions to the elders and apostles, because they have a husband that, might not be in the truth. But you're not supposed to be talking on the comment board every day to every brother. Because that was the one thing that the elder talked about. You had one woman, she say shalom, and then as soon as another brother go live, she on his page, shalom, sending hearts and fluttery faces and spaceships and shit. We don't need that shit, man. We need Yahawah, Yahawashi, man. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. Notwithstanding, she shall be shaved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety, right? And it also says, in the book of Tobit, it says to be discreet, quiet. Don't be putting your business out there. Don't be telling other men that's not your husband what you doing or where you going or where you from. That's not needed. Don't do that. Like I said, this is not it really like pointed at nobody. It's just in general. Okay, that's why I didn't say no names. But this is stuff that the Lord wants me to put out there, because you women, man, you better get in order. Just like the elder said, you better get your ass in order, man, because you think the Lord dealing with you. He's not dealing with you. He's our God. Okay. You gotta be right with us. We telling you what to do. Barak chapter 26, verse 22, and we telling you in like five scriptures. That's all we need, about 5. You can't get it, yeah, you can't get it. Ecclesiasticus, the book of Barak, chapter 26, verse 22, and harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband, not to her husband and the husband's brothers around him, just him. That's your job, him, no one else. Just like us with Yahawashi, we were assigned to what? Please Yahawashi. We don't please no other gods. Abraham's wife Abraham's wife, what did she call him? Lord. And she didn't call nobody else that. And she pleased him. What did Jacob's wives do? They called him Lord. They made sure they pleased him. That's your job. You don't want to do that? Okay. Then you're in a state of shame. And it doesn't matter if you care or not. That has nothing to do with the scriptures. Verse 23, a wicked woman is given to the portion of a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord, right? And what's that godly woman going to do? She's going to serve him and nobody else. Because all the rest of them are what? Verse 24, a dishonest woman contemneth shame. Contempteth, yeah, shame. But an honest woman will reverence her husband. What's reverence? We'll look up that word contemptive too. Look up both of them, right? Contemptive shame, because it's all about the women who don't have a man of the Lord. You're in a state of shame right now. That's why I said a shame-faced woman is, basically, is pleasing to the Lord. That's why it says this stuff, man. But it's like you got to like break this stuff down, or Eve not going to get it because she was deprived of knowledge. She's not going to get it. Okay? You need to be worrying about being a woman just as much as you watching every brother's fucking videos. You don't need no breakdowns. You need to know how to what? Break down your husband, like break down damn table after you get done eating. That's your job. Be taking care of his ass, And if you can't do that, let's say you are far apart from your husband, you do what you can, And what does it say? A husband ain't gonna hate himself. He ain't gonna hate his own flesh. We know that you're capable of only doing so much, but what you do, we gonna love you for that, and know that you only rocking with us. But you want to try to be on some other shit, be trying to listen to all these other brothers and shit when I ain't got nothing to do with your salvation. We're gonna be like, fuck that. We don't want to fuck with you.
Reverence.
Deep respect for someone or something. Regard or treat with deep respect. Deep. Okay? Deep. Okay? She's going to reverence her husband. Deep respect. You ain't going to go around and try to explain yourself to any other man, because that's not your husband. Okay? That's what the scriptures are saying. Not me. And go back to that word contempteth, right? Contemptive shame, right? With contempt, scorn, contemner, noun, less, we already read this, This is simple, man. It's a shame if you don't have a man of the Lord. So we don't need you to say you're a single woman on shit, on comment board saying shalom. Why are you saying that? You're in a state of shame right now. You need to be figuring out who you're going to serve. You're not doing that. Get your ass off the comment board. You can learn, but don't say nothing. Write words, comments, learn, whatever. You know? But your job is to serve us. It just said your husband shall rule over thee. It said that since Genesis, right? Contemn a person or a thing as low, vile, feeble, right? That's what the Lord's saying. Now, you came to this truth and you're a single woman. It doesn't mean that the Lord's not dealing with you. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you're coming on every brother's comment board saying shalom and you think the Lord's dealing with you, you're going off. That's what I'm telling you. You're going off. Stop doing that shit. I got one more. This is my last bulletin, my last point, and then we're gone. I want to make this real clear. All right? You are alive to serve your husband. That is the only reason why you're breathing. We're going to prove that right now. You're breathing on the planet because your job is to serve him. 1 Corinthians, it's the only reason why you're breathing and you understand this truth is to serve your husband. If you don't have one of those, then don't say nothing. And that's what the Lord said. Don't say nothing. We don't need your comment to keep us doing the work, is what I'm saying. We're going to do that, Lord willing. And it's not going to be because we have a certain amount of women saying shalom on the comment board. We don't need it. Okay? And like I said, ain't nothing wrong with it. If you're saying shalom to a man you want to marry, you know, you want to take you in to serve. But other than that, it's a shame that you're doing it to all these other brothers and you just sending all these hearts and well understood and shalom king and all this shit to every single brother. It's going off. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Verse 9. Okay? Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. You're alive and breathing on the planet to serve us. You don't want to do that? It's going to be a shame in that day that you're breathing. And the Lord's going to make sure he takes the breath from your ass. So that's it, man. I have 5-6 precepts. This is not some technical shit. Okay? And brothers been complaining about it, not even complaining, but exhorting you women about it for this long. Okay? But it's mainly, like I said, for the brothers. You need to be like this type of attitude when it comes to these type of women who are just coming on all our comment boards, just saying shalom to everybody. And they still ain't got no man of the Lord, and they've been following the truth for several years. Because I know they're out there. I've seen them. I've been watching it. You cut that shit out and repent. Like, be a real woman. That's what you need to be worried about. Especially you ones that's single and ain't got no man at all. You cut that shit out, man. The Lord is not happy with you. He's not at all. So shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. Want to give all praise to Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qasdash. Want to give double honor to those and apostles of great millstone led me to this truth and been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and so forth. The Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness and wrath to all those who are part of the elect and to the hopeful elect. Lord, when we be part of that number, Lord, wouldn't this be edifying to those who fear the name of the Lord and strive to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities? His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 9 is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9 is unto a ring. 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 42. Wa abab abal, the water for tuning in. All you sincere believers in Yahawah, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qasdash, Barak, Atham. Like I said, man, you know, it ain't nothing coming in and listening, but listen in silence. We don't need to hear your shalom. If you're not gonna be what? Taking care of my washing my clothes, motherfucker, give me back massage and let me use that rod. I don't want to hear you. You know? What's the point? You're meant for one man. And if it ain't me, stay the fuck off my comment board. You know? That's how I feel about that shit. It's almost like an insult. This isn't a fucking game. You're here to serve one man, and that's how it's going to be. We're not here to play around with you, and we're not lions in the house. But it's like sometimes we got to be a little assertive and put our foot down. That's this time right now. Like I wanted to come in, you know, at first I was like, I'm going to try to be gentle. Lord said, no. I've been telling these fucking women this whole fucking time. Stop coming on every brother's comment board. Serve one man. You're giving all your energy to all these different brothers. And that's why you're not getting no response. You know? Stop doing that shit, Eve. That shit's going off. Get your shit right. You have time because the Lord gave you the truth. So take it as a compliment that we're warning you once again. Because like I said, I just pulled up a lesson that big bro, everything I just talked about, he literally talked about this 11, 12 months ago. This same conversation. And women still doing it. Still doing it. You know? Shit's going off. Cut that shit out, man. None of the brothers is cool with that shit. Stop doing that shit. Okay, I'm going to pull it up one more time. Literally everything I'm talking about, what he said in this video. And he was the same energy. He was like, fuck this. I'm tired of y'all fucking acting like you the hopeful like woman and you don't got no damn man. Stop doing that shit. Where is it at? Where is it at? I just want to read it one more time. Because this is the last time I'm going to talk about it. I'm going. The reason why I'm a little bit like more austere about it, because it's like, you know, it's been a whole damn year. And we still having this conversation with you, Eve. This is fucking retarded. You don't want to keep having this conversation with you. You know? It's going off. Man, where is it at? Hold on. Yeah, you need to take a screenshot of it or whatever and go watch this video. See, I can't even find the thing. me find it, man. There it is. Okay. 1 year ago, 2.2 thousand views. And it was a lot of women who watched that. And it'd be the same ones today still doing what he said don't do. A message to the married and unmarried women of Yahawah, right? You hopeful women, right? Get in order ASAP. Stop doing that shit. Stop coming on everybody comment board. Okay? That's simple. You would, for one man, you don't have to say hi to all of us. Most of us aren't, all of us are not even supposed to know who you are unless you're ours. That's how it's supposed to be. So shalom.